Francesco Bagnaia's strategy for the 2024 MotoGP Championship at the Catalunya circuit in Barcelona, examining the engine differences in the race for the 2024 MotoGP title. Let's dive into it. Stay tuned until the end. The 2024 MotoGP season is drawing to a dramatic close, with just one race left to determine who will be crowned the champion. Heading into the final round, Francesco Bagnaia finds himself in a challenging yet not impossible position as he chases down Jorge Martin, who currently leads the standings. The stage for this decisive battle has been set at the Catalunya circuit in Barcelona, Spain, after the original venue in Valencia had to be abandoned due to severe flooding caused by Hurricane Dana. This change of venue adds an extra layer of unpredictability as both riders prepare for the showdown from November 15th to 17th, 2024. Bagnaia, the reigning champion, is currently 24 points behind Martin, who has accumulated 485 points this season. With just one race weekend left, Bagnaia's chances of defending his title are slim but not out of reach. The final event consists of two opportunities to score points: the sprint race and the main race, allowing for a maximum of 37 points. To overtake Martin and retain his championship, Bagnaia will need to execute a near-perfect weekend, leaving no room for error. The situation is straightforward but challenging. Bagnaia must ensure that he finishes the sprint race within a manageable points gap to Martin, keeping the deficit at no more than 25 points. The sprint race, offering 12 points for the winner, will be crucial in determining whether Bagnaia remains in contention. Should Martin claim victory in the sprint, his lead would extend to 36 points, making it mathematically impossible for Bagnaia to surpass him, as Martin would secure the championship even before the main race. However, if Bagnaia manages to win the sprint race, he will earn those vital 12 points, reducing the gap to 21 points heading into the final race. In this scenario, Martin could still secure second place in the sprint, adding 9 points to his tally and bringing his total to 494 points. Bagnaia, meanwhile, would sit at 473 points. The championship battle would then move into the decisive main race on Sunday. For Bagnaia to claim the title, he would need nothing short of a victory in the main race, which would reward him with 25 points. Yet his success alone will not be enough. He will need Martin to falter. Specifically, Martin must finish no higher than 13th place, which would grant him only 3 additional points, allowing Bagnaia to overtake him in the final standings. In this scenario, Bagnaia would close the season with 498 points, narrowly edging out Martin's 497 points. There is even a possibility that the two could finish the season tied in points. In such a case, the tie-breaking rule would come into effect, and Bagnaia holds the upper hand in this regard. Over the course of the season, Bagnaia has secured 10 victories compared to Martin's 3. This superior win record would grant Bagnaia the title, even if both riders ended up with an equal number of points. The upcoming weekend will be a test of nerves, skill and strategy for both riders. For Bagnaia, the mission is clear. He must be aggressive, but he cannot afford any mistakes. Meanwhile, Martin will be looking to consolidate his lead, knowing that even a steady performance could be enough to claim his first MotoGP World Championship. As the paddock descends on Barcelona for this climactic battle, the 2024 MotoGP season promises a thrilling finish that will go down to the wire. The 2024 MotoGP season has been a historic one for Ducati, as the Italian manufacturer has showcased unparalleled dominance throughout the championship. As the season reaches its climax at the final round in Barcelona, only 2 riders remain in contention for the prestigious title: Jorge Martin and Francesco Bagnaia. Both riders are piloting the formidable Ducati GP24, the machine that has been at the forefront of MotoGP's competitive landscape in 2024, delivering an astounding 15 wins out of the 19 Grands Prix held so far. Ducati's success this season has been nothing short of remarkable, having secured victories in all but one of the races, with the remaining race claimed by another rider. More significantly, Ducati has already clinched the Constructors' Championship, and the rider's title will also go to one of its own, marking the 3rd consecutive year that a Ducati rider will be crowned MotoGP World Champion. The title race is incredibly tight, with Bagnaia holding a narrow 24-point lead over his Pramac Racing counterpart Jorge Martin going into the final race. While the spotlight shines on both riders, it is essential to note that the support provided by Ducati to Bagnaia and Martin has been evenly distributed. Ducati has gone as far as halting further development of the GP24 mid-season to ensure that both riders have an equal chance at the championship. Despite this parity in resources and machinery, there are subtle technical differences between the two riders' setups that reflect their personal preferences and riding styles. Francesco Bagnaia, the reigning champion and factory Ducati rider, has opted for a more traditional setup with his GP24. One notable difference is the choice of front forks. Bagnaia has stuck with an older fork design, featuring a shorter stroke compared to Martin's setup. This preference allows for less tube extension at the top, a subtle but significant adjustment that speaks to Bagnaia's precise control and preference for a more compact geometry. His choice of front forks has remained consistent throughout the season, and notably he reverted to this setup in Malaysia, where he had also chosen a similar configuration for the Spanish Grand Prix earlier in the year. Jorge Martin, on the other hand, has taken a slightly different approach with his Pramac Racing GP24. His fork setup shows a longer stroke, likely around 45mm, which reflects his preference for a flatter bike geometry. This setup aligns with his unique riding style and body position on the bike. Despite these differences in fork preferences, when it comes to aerodynamics, both riders have selected identical configurations. Ducati has provided both Martin and Bagnaia with the latest aerodynamic bodywork, featuring the innovative downwash channel, which has proven effective in enhancing stability and performance across a variety of circuits. In terms of engine performance, Ducati has maintained absolute consistency. Both riders are equipped with identical engines and electronic control units, ensuring that there is no mechanical advantage favoring one over the other. Ducati's approach to providing equal machinery emphasizes the significance of rider skill, race strategy, and personal setup preferences in determining the outcome of the championship. However, the true distinction between the two riders' teams lies not in the hardware, but in the level of technical support available to them. As the factory team rider, Bagnaia enjoys the backing of a vast array of Ducati technicians, engineers, and data analysts. These professionals meticulously gather and interpret data from every component of the bike, using a complex network of sensors and telemetry systems. This data-driven approach allows the team to fine-tune every aspect of Bagnaia's machine, from braking force to lean angles, ensuring optimal performance in every race condition. The factory team's resources are vast, with as many as 20 technicians working on Bagnaia's side of the garage during race weekends. Jorge Martin, while benefiting from Ducati's high-level support as a Pramac Racing rider, does not have access to the same number of technicians as Bagnaia. Pramac Racing, as an independent team, has a strong technical crew, but it lacks the sheer volume of factory-level resources. This discrepancy in technical personnel means that while Martin's bike receives top-tier support, it may not have the same level of intricate, real-time adjustments and data analysis that Bagnaia's factory team can provide. This difference in support infrastructure could prove pivotal in the final stages of the championship battle, where every fraction of a second counts. As the championship draws to a close, the final showdown in Barcelona will determine who will emerge as the 2024 MotoGP World Champion. Whether it's Bagnaia's consistent precision and factory support or Martin's aggressive racing style and adaptability that will triumph, one thing is clear. Ducati's GP24 has once again proven to be the dominant force in MotoGP. Hey MotoGP fans, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with all the latest action.